No, we just said make us some silly resolutions.
Silly. What else?
Yeah.
What else? So there was. What did you say? A acai bowl.
Yeah,
TikTok.
there was like create a cloud watching vlog. Learn all of the lyrics to "We Didn't Start the Fire."
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
That's like a week. That's a week-long exercise. doesn't it?
Yeah,
That
and
only lasts very long.
I didn't.
You could do that in a
I
day.
didn't do a single one of these.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Chip Lunch Podcast. It's great to have you along with us today. We don't have any cameras today. I apologise for that. I'd like to say that we're replacing them, but we're not. They've just been. They're MIA. That's what I was saying. The cameras are MIA. They're on the milk carton. Welcome, Tim.
Thank you.
Guest hosting on the Chip Lunch Podcast
Yes.
today.
Hello. It's good to be here.
It's good to have you here.
I'm not often on the chip couch.
Chip. Who left a chip on the couch? Goodness, it stinks.
Must have been the last guest.
Rob, Daniel. Come on, Rob. It's like when we had the chips with Kanish this episode and it just stank out the whole room. Hudson went and got chips from KFC.
Oh, they're the worst chips.
Careful, he worked there.
Yeah, but you don't have to like your own product.
Yeah, but he got them for free, I think. I think that was part of it.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
You get what you pay for.
I had KFC for the first time last year.
Right.
Really?
Did you feel revolting afterwards?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when it's the first time.
It was awful.
That is the voice of Aurelia that you can hear. She's come back on the Chip Lunch Podcast.
Hello.
Hello. What
Hello.
was I hadn't introduced you, that's all. That's what I was
of
saying.
course.
Welcome. Tim, what were you saying about KFC chips before you...
Oh, no, I was just
Well,
going to say,
they're definitely not
I am
sponsors.
not a health food person. I've known to regularly eat junk food and fast food. I cannot do KFC. It is
Interesting.
It is, I feel awful every time.
Yeah.
And I usually go enough years in between to forget. And I think, it wasn't that bad, was it?
Let's try it out.
And then I try it out and then I go, oh no, I really do feel awful afterwards.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been told that KFC in Australia is the best.
Really?
Out of all like KFCs
Yeah.
around the world.
Wow.
And I still didn't try it in
That's-
Australia. So I haven't. And it was pretty bad what I did eat, so.
Oh, so you ate overseas KFC?
Yeah.
Right.
Which apparently was a mistake.
Because
Because apparently Australian KFC is the best.
There you go.
Right.
So I'm sure we'll get into this in the episode, but where did you eat KFC?
I ate it in London. I'm trying to remember the exact KFC. It was like right near Leicester Square.
Okay.
Very cool.
There you go. Shout out to all our friends listening in Leicester Square KFC right now. Give us a wave.
Give us a wave.
Do you really have friends that specific?
Don't you?
No, I don't. I'm more welcoming to other people, Tim. You're like, I only make friends with people in Leicester Square that frequent KFC. That's it.
No, I'm so open in my friendships that I'm bound to have someone who is eating KFC in Leicester Square right now. Unlike you, who are so close in your friendship, there is no chance that anyone you know would be eating KFC in Leicester Square right now.
Sounds like a really bad philosophical argument. No, but you don't understand. But, yeah.
I had this hilarious philosophical conversation with one of our young crew at Fuse the other day because she asked, I can't remember how we got onto it, something about golden coins.
Okay.
And she asked where I got these golden coins from, which I didn't actually have. They were missing. Anyway, I told her that I got them from the dragon and then I killed the dragon. And that's where I got the golden coins, which started this far too long, 15, 20-minute philosophical conversation about whether I was okay for me to have killed the dragon. And I said, but it was a bad dragon.
Right.
So I'm a hero. And she goes, no, that doesn't matter. You stole and stealing is wrong, no matter where you steal it from. And so we had this back and forth for a long time about whether it was okay for me to have stolen the gold from the dragon because he was a bad dragon. So me stealing from a bad dragon makes it okay. Anyway, it was hilarious because she's like 10 or 11 and she was winning the argument by a long way, but it was good.
I've had a very similar conversation in my ethics class 2 weeks ago.
Right.
And it was like on that same principle.
Oh, yes. Tell us more.
Well, it was just like a scenario where it's like, you're in the scenario it was your wife, is terminally ill and is going to die, and you need to buy this medication from the pharmacy, but it's way too expensive, you can't afford it.
Right.
Do you steal it? They're definitely going to die without it. And it was just like that.
Yeah.
Well, stealing is wrong, so no, you shouldn't steal, but otherwise someone is going to die, so you should just do that anyway.
It's like talking about the trolley problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
I do enjoy the trolley problem.
Do you want to explain that for our listeners?
So for those who don't know, so you start basic and it gets more complicated, and the idea is that you're testing your ethical frameworks as you go along.
Yeah.
So the basic framework is that you see a train coming, or a trolley if you're in America.
Yes.
Which is like a tram.
Like a tram, yeah. So a tram is coming along, and you can see that it is heading towards 5 people on a track. Yeah. You don't have time to warn them. You can't stop the train. But you realise you're standing right next to the switch that can change the train's track. If you change the switch, it will divert onto a side track where there is one person who you also can't warn and you also can't stop the train. Do you change? Do you pull the switch and change? If you do nothing, 5 people will die. If you do something, 1 person will die. Yeah. Joel, what do you do?
I'm going to say that I hate these things.
It's a classic question of deontology or consequentialism.
Yeah.
Right, thank you for that. I don't know what that means. I don't know why. They really bother me because they're like, well, let me just test you with this question. And I'm like, but what are you going to actually... It doesn't take into account all the other factors that are around it.
There are no other factors. This is the only factor.
This is my point.
This is classic philosophy, setting up a problem to solve.
I think so. I think the normal answer is, I've heard it presented differently, that like you can kill 5 people or say cure cancer or something.
Well, no. So the idea is you build up.
Okay.
Yep.
So most people, I don't know what the percentage is, but most people will pull the lever.
Yeah.
Which
is what I was going to say. Sorry.
Yeah. Which the idea is that if I have a choice and I can do an action which only kills 1 person as opposed to kills 5 people, then that's probably the ethically correct choice. Yeah. The thing is, then you then get to build it up. So then the next level is often, okay, there is you're standing on a bridge and there is a train coming under the bridge, and you can see on the other side of the bridge that there are 5 people. And again, can't stop the train, can't warn them. It's definitely going to hit those 5 people, except that there's a fat man sitting on the bridge looking over, and you do have the power to push him off the bridge, which would stop the train.
Why would it stop the train?
Because he's so fat.
What?
Okay, he's so fat, he would stop the train.
I haven't heard this.
Do you push the fat man?
I'd like to ask the question, why are there 5 people standing on the train tracks?
That's not part of the setup of the philosophical question.
What are they doing there?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
But this is where I like to go philosophically, is that why do we have to philosophically come up with these stupid questions?
Because it tests our ethical theory.
Yeah.
So you were okay. So again, most people are okay pulling the switch and killing 1 person.
Yeah.
But are people not okay pushing the...
Well, then people get a bit queasy, going, oh, okay. And you can then play with, okay, so why do you feel more queasy about pushing the fat man? Yeah. The consequence is the same. Yeah. The consequence is 1 person has died instead of 5 people. You've saved 5 people. You've only killed 1 person. Why do you feel more awkward about doing that?
Is it because his size will supposedly stop this trolley?
I don't think that's the problem.
That's how it works in theory. If you push him, his size will stop the trolley.
His size will stop the trolley.
So the other 5 won't die.
Yeah, the other 5 will be fine.
I understand.
So 1 person will die, 5 people.
But is that why I'm queasy?
Well, usually I think the typical answer is because you're engaged. You're more physically engaged now.
Which some people would say that you're still physically engaged pulling the lever. So I feel like if you're coming at it from like a deontologist perspective, which is it's the action itself that is either ethical or not ethical. Some people would still see pulling the lever as unethical in the same way that they would see pushing the fat man. But I feel like once you're kind of like actively involved, people will start jumping over to the greatest outcome for the greatest number of people.
Yep.
Which is like the killing 1 person over 5.
Yep.
Why can't I just yell at the 5 people to move
You can't. They're too far away. You can't warn them.
This is what I mean. Like I could. That's what I mean.
But
Like, the scenario.
This is how philosophical problems work. You set the problem up, so you're forced to engage a question.
I'll have a megaphone.
You can't bring other things in. When do you walk around town with a megaphone?
Oh, I did this day. I had to do something. Like, this is what I mean. That's why it bothers me. I know the point of it, and I'm like.
So the number goes down, but then the really fun part is, okay, you're a doctor, and you have 5 operating theatres. With 5 people who are absolute, like they're going to die today, unless this person gets a heart, this person gets a liver, this person gets a lung, this person gets a spleen, this person gets a bowel. They're all going to die today. A perfectly healthy person walks in to your hospital. Is it okay to take that person, euthanize them, and then use their body parts to? And again, almost no one says that is the ethically right choice. But again, you get to explore. Okay, well, but why not? Same situation as pulling the lever. One person has died. You've saved 5 lives at the cost of only 1. Why is that not okay when actually most people are okay pulling the lever?
Yeah.
What would you answer? I don't know what I'd answer.
No, I would like.
She'd bring a microphone.
What I would do.
It's a megaphone.
A megaphone, sorry.
Or a bullhorn, as the
bullhorn.
Americans like to call it. And also, what hospital is this in? What are their diseases? See, that's what.
I don't know. There would just be like some serious like medical negligence and malpractice going on, and that's all I can think about.
But you've saved 5 lives.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. What are you studying to be having? You said you were doing that problem recently.
Yeah. So that was in an ethics class.
For
law. Lawyers, ethics, and justice.
Is that the name of your group?
That's like the course
that's
name.
That's the TV show I'm on.
But yes, studying law.
Right.
And psychology.
Together. Double degree. DD.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, double the fun.
That must be a lot of work if you're doing that at uni.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. It's like, you know, in a single day I can go from doing ethics in the morning to shocking rats in the afternoon. And I just think that there's like a beautiful kind of dichotomy in that.
Are you doing the rats at home? Or
yeah, I've been learning how to ethically treat society. I think go and shock rats. For fun.
That's just for personal enjoyment. No, that's like, it's in a lab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
For personal enjoyment.
I built myself a lab.
But it's in a lab, so it's okay.
And they caught rats off the street.
It's also where we killed the 5 people. To give them harvest the body parts.
Save 5. Come on.
Yeah, save
Focus
5.
on the positive.
That's right. Well, we'll get into that, but I would need to check with you first,
yes.
Aurelia. Chip preference.
Yeah.
How do you like to have your chips?
Chicken salt and vinegar.
Is the vinegar a new addition from spending time in the UK?
No, I think the vinegar has always been there. Okay. I think could check back. But yeah, no, I grew up doing it. It took like a slight recess and then it's just really come out again.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the vinegar thing is very, when we have people on talking about vinegar, it's very UK influenced.
Oh, did you say chicken salt?
Yeah.
And vinegar.
That's why I said
that's a weird combo.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just catching up now. Because salt with vinegar.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Salt
I can understand. Not my favourite, but I appreciate it. The chicken salt vinegar. Whew.
When did you come across this combination?
Accident.
No
experiment gone wrong.
Yeah, I spilled vinegar over while I was just shocking rats.
No, actually, this is like, it's something that I would have used to do because at our old church, my family, so this is like 14 years ago.
Yeah.
We would go to the chicken and chip shop after church and get hot chips for lunch. And so we'd always get it with chicken salt and then we'd come home and I'd drown mine in vinegar.
Wow. Drown. So you did a lot of vinegar?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever had hot chips with vinegar.
Wow.
I've got to try it.
Yeah, it's about time.
It's about time.
It's about time.
I highly recommend it.
You highly recommend vinegar?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think...
I'm trying to just imagine it.
I mean, I haven't had it recently, but we...
I mean, they use vinegar to clean the floors.
Oh, gosh.
When I was in high school, we did swimming classes at Sutherland Pool for sport.
Sutherland Leisure Centre.
Sutherland Leisure Centre, yes.
A lot of leisure.
That was our walking home from the kiosk at Sutherland Leisure Centre.
Yeah.
Get the hot chips, and they just on the bench. You could help yourself to all the condiments, including salt and vinegar. So I'm like, give it a go, and it's nice.
Yeah.
That's a particularly cool thing to do when you like finish school early and you're like, we're gonna get some chips or something on the way home. That was really cool.
I always used to do that on Friday afternoons because I had like theatre sport and or band, and then I would get the train.
Sorry. Hang on. The contrast between those two. I would love to have done theatre sports at school. What school did you go to? Caringbah High, right? Yeah. And then band.
Yeah.
What instrument did you play?
Saxophone.
Oh.
Yeah.
You need to get up and when we do
Bleeding Gums
past
Murphy.
tense. It was like a past tense. I played saxophone. I haven't touched it in 4 years.
Oh,
4.5 years.
What is that after you recorded the last Tube Lunch? You're like, never playing saxophone again.
Never playing saxophone again. I bought a microphone and started recording podcasts in my basement instead.
Shocking rats.
It was a short-lived ska band career, but she realised she was 25 years too late. So missed the craze.
Yeah.
25 years?
Oh, at least.
Oh, wow.
But
Not long enough for me.
I always got a chocolate milkshake from Parry's.
Oh, at Parry's Milk Bar.
Yeah.
They made good milkshakes
They're
there.
the best. And I'd get
Where's that?
chips right next to Caringbah train station.
It's
I don't
been
know if
time
it's
in
there
Caringbah.
anymore. I doubt it.
I think it's there, but it's very different.
Rebranded.
Yeah. It's not the original.
Yeah.
The milkshakes they did, they were real good.
Right. Really
I got
good.
to a point where I was like, I would get there and they had my milkshake ready for me.
Oh, wow.
I was like, it was really bad. Because like
Well,
that would be
that's cool.
that would be like my afternoon tea
You
on
want
a
the
Friday
usual?
afternoon, and then I'd get
Yeah.
the train straight to church.
Oh, yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I used to say, I've got a memory of Parry's Milk Bar that sometimes, so I lived in Burraneer and went to Burraneer Bay Public School. Shout out to Sidey, who also went there. And Tim Ponder. Tim Ponder 2 years below me. Dad would...
Is he younger than you?
Jeez. Love you, Tim, because I know you listen to this podcast. We'd drive. My dad would pick us up from school, and we'd drive to back into Caringbah to get a milkshake from Parry's Milk Bar, and then go home.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was a long way to describe that story. I was sidetracked by Tim's ageist comment. The guy that lectures on intergenerational ministry is then.
It's just because he doesn't know anyone's ages.
Yeah, that's right.
Because we're too intergenerational.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. We're so intergenerational, like we said at the start.
Yeah, that's right. I just assume, I don't know, just makes you really old in my mind. Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the second time you've called me old today. I suppose when Everly spoke at the AGM this week, it was a bit like...
No, I was just offended that she didn't call me her friend.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, I was surprised by that. She's like, I don't know if I have any friends.
Do you have any friends at church? I don't know. Like any of your kids' leaders? I don't know. Like, I'm sitting right here. Thanks, Evelyn.
You know what's interesting? We're talking about chips. The Sydney Morning Herald's Good Food Guide, what's called the Good Food now, are doing Chip Month.
How exciting.
The pause there, and then, I better say something. How exciting.
Is that like March? Or
Yes. I think it's March.
Okay.
And so they've actually rated the best hot chips in Sydney,
All right.
37 of them.
30s.
Oh.
Okay.
But the one that I wanted, because you talked about chicken salt, is the Bell's Hot Chicken founder. So Bell's Hot Chicken is a famous chicken place. Shares his 4-ingredient chicken salt recipe. Do you want to hear what's in it?
Yes.
I need to find it.
Oh,
The secret is Knorr chicken powder, which is a concentrated mix of real chicken, fat, and spices, which is an Asian pantry essential.
Right.
And you can get it at Asian groceries, but you can also get it at IGA.
There you go.
There you go.
There's a Asian grocer just down the road. We should go and see
From
if
here?
we can get some. Yeah.
Where?
Just the other side of the Westfield doors. You got to just walk on the other, just over the other side. But if you head towards the intersection,
Oh, there you go. Well, yeah, Knorr chicken powder.
there you go. Knorr chicken powder.
The ingredients, it says, the recipe is for the ingredients for the recipe says 50 grams of Knorr chicken powder or other chicken stock powder. Then salt, white pepper, black pepper.
Simple.
pretty simple.
Yeah.
But also, is it really worth an article?
We've never taken this show on the road, have we? We should do a couple of live episodes at chicken shops.
We have taken it on the road, Tim, when we take it on the road down a week away.
Oh, that's true.
But yes, I would like to. We have talked about that. That it would be like cool to go to different shops and record an episode in the shop.
You know how Ryan Holiday sometimes when he has a guest and he interviews them in the studio, but then they go down to his bookstore
and he gives out books.
And he gives out books. We should, once we've had the interview, we should then put on some radio mics.
I'd love that.
And go off to with Aurelia to her favourite hot chip place and just talk about hot chips.
And she gets the chicken salt and vinegar.
Yeah.
I would love to do that. That would be really cool.
That's great. All right.
Pin it up on the board. We need some cameras to start with. Aurelia, it's been 4 years.
It has been.
And my big memory from your last Chip Lunch episode was how you lobbied to have the Christian group back on after COVID. Because they were letting other groups in, but not your group.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of when Professor Umbridge bans groups in Harry Potter. You remember that?
Yeah.
It's okay if you don't.
I watched Harry Potter like once for the first time 2 years ago.
Oh gosh, you read, don't you? Have you not read the books?
No.
Oh, you got to do yourself a favour, really.
Sorry.
That's all right. Anyway.
She was playing Club Penguin.
Yeah.
Club Penguin and Moshi.
No, I didn't do that one, just Club Penguin.
Club Penguin sounds funny. What has happened since, that's why we've got you back on, to find out what happened in the last 4 years. We know that you've been to Europe.
Yes.
Or the UK at the very least.
Yes.
Is that?
Leicester Square.
Yeah.
Leicester Square KFC. That's why you went there for 6 months.
Yeah.
But we finished that episode, that was just after you finished the HSC and stuff. And we talked about COVID and stuff like that. So what did you decide to do, or where has your life taken you after finishing high school? Let's start with that.
Amazing. Well, after finishing high school, I went to university. And I decided to study law and psychology.
Yes, we did hear you say that. Very good.
That was the decision. And that's brought me here, and I've still got another year left.
Oh, it's going to be a short episode.
And I've done nothing in the meantime. No, yes, that's things that I've done. I've worked quite a lot in that time as well. I think I got up to I think maybe I did up to 4 jobs at once, but it might have just been 3.
Your generation does like having multiple jobs.
Yeah, it just might have been 3 at any given time, but I could have been 4. I've done a few trips overseas in that time, which has been fun. I did in 2023, maybe I did a big trip to Europe. I studied at Cambridge.
The way you said it. Studied at Cambridge, of course.
I studied at Cambridge, of course. Naturally, top of my resume at the moment.
Yes.
No, that was actually just like 2 weeks, and I spent longer in Europe. Okay. And then I went back to Europe again with my brother and sister, but my brother was competing in Eindhoven.
In robotics, right?
Yeah, in a RoboCup competition.
RoboCup, that's cool.
And so naturally my sister and I heard it as an excuse to do a Euro summer. But if you're looking at my LinkedIn, it's actually just that it was a privilege to be invited to accompany the Run Swift team. To Eindhoven. And if you're my law lecturer from that term of class that I missed, it was just that there was a family emergency, which required me
a RoboCup emergency.
Required me.
All hands on deck.
Yeah. There was an emergency that came up that required me to go and visit family in the Netherlands. So I had to miss 3 weeks of class.
Yes, actually, now that you mention it, I've got a letter here from Dr. Jeffries.
His name's Jeffrey.
Oh my god! How good is that?
Yeah, yeah. It was then bad when I found out that he actually knew my grandfather, who is Dutch, and I was like, oh please, because then when he found out that my grandfather was my grandfather, he was like, is he okay?
Oh, he checked in on you?
Yeah, he was like, is everything,
Wow.
like, is Robert okay? And I was like, yeah, he's great.
He's gone fine.
He's great.
Fine.
He's fine.
And not in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was a fun trip.
Yeah.
Traveling with the siblings. And then I did 6 months in the UK last year.
Studying
Cambridge.
Studying at King's College, actually,
yeah.
but it was the Centre for Transnational Legal Studies, which is set up by Georgetown University in DC.
Oh.
And it's got about 25 partner universities across the world. So we had like a cohort of about 95, all international students studying at the centre
Right.
together, which was fun.
That's very cool.
Mm.
So if you could sum up what you've learnt from travelling, what would you say? And then we can dive a bit deeper into those things. What have you learnt from travelling? Quite a bit. You still call Australia home?
Yes, actually.
I've been. She starts singing the song.
There is no place quite like Australia.
Mm-hmm.
I think one thing I've learned is that I don't enjoy living out of a suitcase.
Sure.
It's like I can do it for like 4 weeks, and then I'm like, I just need to hang my clothes up. Like I can't.
These fancy dresses I have, I need to hang them up.
Yeah, I just like having to like pack and repack.
Yeah.
That's difficult.
Mm.
I really like the sun. That's something that's really been made clear.
Europe is usually behind a cloud.
Yeah. Well, it's just like both times I did the UK, it was like winter.
Oof.
So just like really short days.
You can understand why they're whingers there.
Yeah.
It's just raining all the
It's
time.
just
Seasonal depression.
Yeah.
seasonal
all the
depression.
time.
Just
I
like
think it might be actually.
yeah, well, it's just like, it's crazy. It's like, it was dark by 4 p.m.
Yeah, that's great.
Which is
Crazy.
But it's like in their summer, their days are so long.
Yeah.
Like sun wasn't setting until well after 8 in the UK. And when I was in like Europe in summer, it was like 9:30 and it was still like bright, which was delightful and gorgeous in so many ways. I'm trying to think about what else. Traveling with siblings is different to traveling with friends. Mm-hmm. I've learnt that.
You're going to say anything else on that one?
No, I had so much fun with both, but
Okay.
it's like there was a lot more fighting with siblings than there was with friends.
Squeaky microphone.
Squeaky microphone. Yeah, that's...
Can I ask you a question in regards to that? What do you think that God has taught you over these last few years in terms of traveling?
Gorgeous question.
Thank you so much.
There's, I think, particularly over the last like 6 months when I was in the UK, there was a lot of like reliance on him in that, I think. And also there was just like a lot of like, oh, I'm here by myself, but actually I'm like not by myself. Because it's like I've got God with me. It was like one of those things, like growing up, Mum would always say to me, like before like an exam at school, she's like, oh, like you've got this and God's got you. And so I found myself kind of like coming back to that quite a lot.
Why though?
Why?
Were you a bit lonely?
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I don't want to call you lonely.
No. It wasn't so much as that. There's like a lot of like distance and separation. So there's kind of like those few hours of the day where everyone here is asleep. And so I'm like, okay, that's so fine. Like I've just got to fill this space. And often when I was at uni, it was fine. Like I was like talking to people and distracted. But sometimes there were like moments where I was like, ooh, I like there's no one to talk to.
Yeah.
Or things like there were a couple of times where I got sick while I was away. So, you know, like passing out in my apartment by myself. And I was like, oh, that's kind of scary. Or there was like a time when I was quite unwell and I was like, I don't really know what to do. And I'd had to call up 111, call up the NHS, and they were like, you need to be in emergency in the next hour. And I was like, that's really scary. Like,
what do you have?
No idea.
Oh.
No idea. I didn't go to emergency.
Okay.
I didn't want to do that. I was like, I've never gone to emergency here, let alone emergency by myself, let alone emergency in another country by myself.
So you would rather die on your own?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
This kind of sounds like we're going back to the trolley problem.
And then I think another thing that I knew already, but was very reinforced while traveling, is the importance of like a Christ-centered community, which was amazing. I think like, and again, this was like for the 6-month trip. I was like going away and I was like, I don't know anyone that's going, but I have like a church in mind that's like only 15 minutes down the road from like where I was living, and it had been like recommended. People had told me it was like a good church. And so I was like, it's fine. Like, I'm just going to rock up there and they'll be nice to me because they have to, because Jesus. And I was like, oh, and that'll be good. So I'm sure I'll get to know people. And that it was like such a blessing that on my first full day in London, it was a Sunday, went to church and just like straight away got so plugged into that community, which was incredible. So it was like in the first like 2 weeks, I think I'd been invited to 3 housewarming parties, and then like had afternoon teas with one of the different pastors, and his wife had invited me around, and like one of the associates who was my RML group leader, so Bible study-esque.
What's RML stand for?
Read, Mark, Learn, which is one of the like Church of England prayer book things. So it's like read, mark, learn. And
even in the UK, Christians can't help themselves coming up with acronyms. Can they?
Apparently it's like a big thing there. I don't know. It was really cool. The RML was
sure it was
amazing. I can't remember the full prayer, but it's something about just read, mark, learn the scriptures.
Okay.
Yes. But yeah, and so my RML leader, who was doing like the associate scheme at church, also like me and her like did like our 1-to-1s together every week, and like we read through the Bible, which is great because I was like, I had nothing to do, so I was like, yeah, perfect, I'll come and have lunch with you on a Friday, and I'll get that staff +1 free lunch, which was
very nice,
great. But yeah, so it was just like, even though I was like so far from home and like didn't really know anyone when I went, there was still like so many people that I met, and it meant that like there was just no need for me to like really try and fit in or make friends with people in my course that were like all European. So like their idea of fun was like starting a night out at 1 a.m. And I was like, that is just like so not what I want to be doing. And I didn't feel the need to do that because I was like, I had this beautiful like community that were just like so invested in me as well.
And to live differently kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah. So that was cool. There were some things that I learnt while traveling.
Is that, do you think that highlights, and you already said to living in a Christ-centered community, does that highlight the need to have that? It's really important as a Christian to have that support network, or whatever you want to call it, like wherever you are living.
Yeah.
Like I think.
Yeah.
But also I suppose if you're traveling even for 6 months, it's probably hard to make that work. Also when you know that you might be leaving it as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I think in London it's not uncommon for people to come and go. Like it's their like RML structure is 3 years long. So like first year you do John, second year you do Romans, third year you do overview. And it's kind of like if you're staying in London for more than 3 years, that's rare. But so I think like that the church I was at, St. Helens, is like pretty good at like welcoming people and just like being very much like, oh, people.
Is that St. Helens Bishopgate? Is that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very much like, oh, people come and go. And they're like pretty good at like welcoming you and like snatching you up pretty quickly. Also like there's a lot of Australians there there. It's like if you're an Australian in the UK, you just get introduced to all of the other Aussies because they're like, oh, have you met this person?
This
have
guy
you
from
met
Perth.
Yeah,
You must know him.
What funny thing is though, there was like at one point I was like walking over to the dinner hall after church on a Sunday night, and they're like, oh, Aurelia, have you met Aussie Rach? And I was like,
Aussie Rach.
I was like, no, I haven't met Aussie Rach. So then I got introduced to Aussie Rach, and we were sitting down having dinner together. We both went to Carringbar High School.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Shout out Aussie Rach, who used to go to Denali Anglican, I think.
Oh.
And then I had 6 weeks at the end of my trip where I was traveling. So I'd left London, was traveling, and then I was coming back to London to say goodbye to all my church friends. I had one last week, and I needed to make sure that I was at a Wednesday night RML and a Sunday night church, because I was like, that's where I'll get the most amount of people in one. And I like went to my RML group, and there was a new girl, Ali, and they were like, haha, Australian has replaced you already. They were like, don't take time getting to know each other because she's leaving. And I was like, oh wow, okay, that's fine. As a joke, but like I was also like, well, whatever. And so I went up and was speaking to Ali afterwards, and was like, oh, like whereabouts are you from? And she's like, oh, I've been living in Tasmania, but like before that I was living in Sydney. I was like, She was like, whereabouts in Sydney are you from? And I was like, down south, like Sutherland Shire. And she was like, oh, Oatley. And she was like, I went to Danebank. And I was like, oh, no way. I was like, yeah, my best friend, other half, love of my life in a platonic sense, went to Danebank. and then she was like, oh yeah. And I was like, oh, like, did you church while you were in Oatley? And she's like, yeah, I went to St Aidan's Hurstville Grove. And I was like, oh my gosh, my best friend is Isabel Lewis. Do you know her and her family and the Harkhams? And I was like, and she was like, oh yeah, like I know all of them. And I was like, how is it that like on the other side of the world, someone has like replaced me in Bible study that like lived 20 minutes away and like knows all of these friends of mine.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So yes, sorry, I feel like I got a little bit derailed from the question of like 6 months.
Yeah.
You're leaving. That was always, I knew that was going to be the case, but I was like, I still need to make the most of 6 months, and God doesn't just like disappear from me in those 6 months.
Tough to embed yourself kind of thing though.
Yeah, but I definitely just went full into it. Like,
oh, that's good. Within
a couple of weeks, it's like I was there 3 times a week anyway. And like, again, I had nothing else to do. So like that was like the best part.
Why do you keep saying you had nothing to do?
Oh no, I had like so much to do. There's so much to do in London. I think perhaps
the timing.
Perhaps I say there's nothing to do because it was like before I went to London, I was working full time and studying full time and still trying to maintain a social life and be at church. So I actually had like 0 spare time in my life before I went to London. And then I got to London where I was like at uni like twice a week. And that was kind of all I had to be doing. So I was like, wow, there's so much spare time. And I just like didn't really know what to do with it.
Yep.
Because it's like so big, London.
Yeah.
And everything is like really expensive. But that's fine. And I was also just like living by myself for the first time and just like doing all of those things. So there was a lot to do. I had a lot to do. But I think maybe in comparison, I had a lot more spare time than I was used to. So I was like, let me fill it with community and things that can hopefully be God honoring in that way. I feel like I'm fairly well able to maintain a lot of like long distance friendships in that I went to Germany in like year 9 on school exchange and am still friends with my host sister and her best friend. So it was like,
that's nice.
Yeah. What I failed to mention about my traveling was the month that I lived in a van in Australia, which was very
just like outside of home, just like outside your house.
Yeah, I parked in the driveway and I lived in a van. No, I just like road tripped up the coast with my host sister from Germany. So she came over. We stole Amanda's van. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Didn't that die on the way?
Well, no, it's just like since been stolen.
That's right, it was stolen.
Yeah, which I found out when I was like overseas the following year, and I was like, this breaks my heart. But yeah, so like my host sister had come back to Australia, and then each time that I've gone away, I've gone to Germany to see like my host sister and her best friend.
Where in Germany is that?
They live in a tiny village called Bad Farnbach, which is about an hour south of Munich. So it's really close to the Austrian border, which is cute. So I went, Rosenheim is kind of like a slightly bigger city near where they live.
I'm just looking it up on the map.
Yeah.
Rosenheim, hey?
Rosenheim. So like really lovely. And so I was like, I'm able to kind of like, I don't know, maintain friendships. I guess the beauty of technology is that I'm okay connecting with people, because it's like, I know I can kind of maintain it. Also, particularly with Christian friends, I'm like, hey, no matter what, we get eternity together. So that's kind of beautiful. But yes.
So we kind of like done a summary, but you were kind of saying that you had like 4 jobs.
Yeah.
Well. And we've jumped around in the timeline a little bit. But so 4 jobs, is that out of school? Is it just built up, like you're doing uni and then you're like, well, I'll take this job and I'll take this job?
Yeah.
So let's give us the job roster.
Okay.
What were you rotating
So I think I was working at Grilled.
Yes, you were. I remember
still
that.
For the first year of uni. And at that time I was also doing OT work with our beautiful Christine McMorty. And then I dropped Grilled, and then I picked up working 1 day a week at a local law firm, Harris Jones. And then, so I was doing that, and then I picked up working at the cafe at Donald Robinson Village.
Where my parents are.
Yep. And so I was working the cafe there. So it's like one of the Anglicare retirement villages.
Is that the one in Sylvania?
No, this one is up the road at Kirrawee.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I kind of, when I went away the first time.
This is the Cambridge trip.
Yes, to Cambridge.
Yes.
I stopped working at DRV, and then I came.
I think you'd have to.
Yeah. Well, it was more like I came back and I was like, here's my.
It was your parents, actually.
My parents, couldn't say it.
Well, I was like, I came back and I was like, this is my uni schedule, and they're like, okay, we don't need you for those days, and I was like, that's fine. But I'd obviously just done like a 6-week trip, so I was like broke. And so then I started working at Woolooware Shores, which is another Anglicare retirement village, Nepo job.
Yeah, I was going to say, your mum works
there.
there.
Shout out to General Manager Lisa Fox.
Yeah, GM Fox.
And then I started working, it would have been just before Christmas of that year, I started working at Cow Clark, which is a different law firm. Shout out, Director of Dispute Resolutions, Hayden Fox.
Another Nepo job.
Another Nepo job,
Yeah.
which that was meant to just be like a Christmas.
Like help with the rush kind of thing.
Yeah, well, it was just like they had their office shut down and there was a big project that they needed some clerks in because their clerks were away. And so I came in to...
Clocked.
I came in to do lots of scanning while no one else was in the office.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my sister both did that. And then they were like, great, we'll keep you. And I was like, perfect, that works for me. And so then, yeah, I started, I think by that point I'd stopped doing the OT work and I was just doing the cafe on weekends. And I was doing like 2 days a week at Cow Clark, 1 day at Harris Jones, and then uni the other 2 days. And then I started doing half days at uni. Like I was able to fit everything into the mornings, and then I'd go straight into Cow Clark from there. So I was at Cow Clark 4 days a week, at Harris Jones 1 day a week.
And then also doing uni.
And then doing
a double
uni.
degree.
Yeah.
Okay. That's quite a bit. Why law and psychology?
I always wanted to do law. Mm-hmm. That was like, I knew that was...
It's because you watch Suits?
It's because I lived with Suits. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it was just one of those, it was like growing up, I didn't listen to the radio in the car, like on the way to school. It was like dad talking about his matters. So it was like I was like very exposed to law from a very young age.
Interesting.
And then I was like good at public speaking when I was like 7, and everyone was like, oh, she's gonna be a lawyer just like her dad.
Don't you love just being framed?
Yeah.
You're so young.
Yeah. Which, like, with that being said, I was always told not, like by my dad, I was always told not to go into law. For context, it's like my dad's a lawyer, his dad's a lawyer, my cousin is a lawyer, my sister's a lawyer, and I am a year off.
Being a lawyer.
Yes. And so it's like we, like when all 3 granddaughters were like, oh, we're going to do law. They're like, don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't do it. And we're like, we're going to do it. We're going to do it anyway. And so,
Didn't take your father's instructions.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah,
and it's like, there was actually a 2-week period where the 4 of us, so my dad, my cousin, my sister and me, all worked at my dad's firm. That was really funny. And then 2 weeks later, my sister left. And then I left a while after that.
Is it like a reality TV show in that for sure?
Yeah. No, 100%.
It's like the lawyer, the foxes.
The foxes.
It's like, what is it? What's the like Housewives? Housewives of OC. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Or like the real estate firms.
Yeah,
Those real estate firms.
Yeah.
Selling Sunset.
Selling Sunset.
Yep.
Yeah. Suing with the foxes.
Yeah.
Well, it was
Suing with the foxes.
It was like a few weeks ago. We had like our regional law society dinner, and so my dad didn't go to that. He like never goes to them, but my opa goes, and so he
Opa's grandfather in Dutch, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. And so he was there with like his 3 granddaughters, and he's just like, this is the best thing ever. But yes, so law I always wanted to do, but then I kind of got to year 12 and I was like, oh my goodness, maybe I actually only want to do law because everyone has told me that I want to do law. Crisis. Maybe I don't actually want to do law. That's crazy. But also there's a lot of like double degrees with law. A lot more universities offer doubles than like straight law.
Right.
And so I was like, great, well, I could do law and international studies because, surprise, I really wanted to travel. So there was that as an option, and I was looking at doing that at UTS. And then my mum was like, hey, I think you'd really like psychology because you're really fascinated by like people. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh yeah, maybe. And like that was at UNSW. And I was like, that could interest me. And then I went to it's called Launch, and it was like a little conference thing for recently graduated people to launch them into their campus ministries. So you'd split up into your universities and you'd meet the different campus Bible study EU people and get to know them essentially. And I still wasn't sure what uni I was going to at this point, so I kind of split half between Credo at UTS and half between CBS at UNSW. And then there was a person I met at Credo and I was like, oh, he's so annoying. I was like, don't want to go to UTS. And also at that point I was like in my crisis of like, psychology actually gives me another career path, or heaps of career paths. Like obviously you can go clinical if you want to be at uni for a million years, but you can also go into anything like marketing or HR. So I was like, psychology like as a whole gives me more than an international studies degree. So I was like leaning towards that. And then I was like, oh, this person is so annoying. Anyway, I can say that because he's now like one of my besties. Like we're great friends. Our friend group ended up like coming together anyway. So I went to UNSW and chose psychology because I was like, that'll give me other career options.
What are you thinking for career at the moment anyway, if there's like law and psychology together?
I'm thinking like I'm definitely like, no, I do want to go into law. And no idea beyond that what it will look like. I enjoyed when I was working at Cal Clark. I didn't like work under my dad because I think there was like 2 times that let me just say my dad is an amazing boss, but just like the separation not enough for me. I think like the 2 times that I did work for him, once I like tried my best not to cry because like I'd asked him a question about like the task that he'd given me, which he'd like briefed me on the train as well. So I was just like, all of this is just crazy. And he's like, well, that's just not good enough. You're going to have to be more disciplined than that. And I was like, you would never say that to another one of your class. And then the second time I didn't get home until 3 a.m. So I was like, okay, don't want to work for my dad. But I was working in the employment law team at his firm, which was really interesting. And then also like, I did a couple of the dispute resolution matters, but just not taking instructions from him. And that was really fun too. So I'm kind of like thinking commercial side of it, like commercial law.
Oh, M&A.
Oh, no.
Merger and acquisitions.
No, like all of like the...
Like, so you own a big firm and you want to take over another firm, you get Aurelia, not really, to help with getting the deal together.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you watched Suits, man?
No.
I feel like I'm more interested in like litigation, where so it's like M&A is all just like big deals, really fast turnarounds. So it's like 6 week is kind of like your standard. And particularly, I think a lot of what I know about M&A is from like international law, because that's the people that I was speaking with when I was in London. And it's like the work life is insane. Like you have to be available to your clients at literally all hours of the day. And you just like are married to your work. And I was like, that is not what I want for my life. I like a little bit more balance / being able to go home and turn off a work phone.
And go to sleep.
Yeah. So I was like less interested in kind of that. I like the longer deadline of more like litigation.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Tim, I think you have to go soon. So do you want to, is there any questions you have to ask Aurelia?
Ooh.
Do you have someone you need to sue?
No, not yet.
Perfect.
Let's come up with a suit before just in 10 minutes. Who do you want to sue, Tim? What should I do to get sued by Tim right now? Should I just libel you on the podcast?
Well, yeah,
Tim Billhartz.
That would do it.
That's definitely why. Is it like what do they sue like newspapers for and stuff, like reputation?
Like
reputational damage.
Defamation. That's
Defamation. Yeah. You've
reputation.
defamed me.
Yep.
Yeah. All those Substack
Well,
readers that have ditched me along the wayside because of something that Joel said on
It's like this big case. I'm like, well, he wasn't even famous anyway. It's like, that's not what defamation is. Yeah, sorry. Any
you can't be defamed if you're not famous.
Yeah. Well, any questions for the
Yeah, I think how you've watched your dad do law as a Christian, as you part of your Christian societies as well as your law societies. Yeah. What does it mean for you to hold those together? Like, what does it look like to be a Christian within law?